Okay, you had a rough day. You got a lot on your mind. You're ready to go to sleep. You're already worried about tomorrow. You're looking at the clock. So you put your head on the pillow. What next? Your mind's wandering. You just can't fall asleep. Well, guess what? I'm going to show you something today that's going to amazingly be able to get you to sleep real quick. Not only that, I want you to understand the physiology why. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to breathe in through our nose like we're taking a nice deep breath. And when we exhale, we're going to breathe out of our mouth. But when we breathe out of our mouth, we're going to use our vocal cords. As we're going to breathe in now through our nose, as we breathe out, we're going to just hum. However you want to hum. So if it's breathing in through your nose and humming out of your vocal cords, as you blow out of your air, blow your nose out of your chest. But I want full breaths, and I'll get back to that. What we're doing is we're stimulating the vagus nerve. By us humming, that humming is working its way into the sinus, into the facial area, the surrounding tissues, and there are so many different physiological changes that are happening. Guess what? The vagus nerve is the longest nerve of the body. We call it the wandering nerve. It's from the parasympathetic system. And that nerve, when it comes down, it makes its way in the facial area, down into the chest, into the heart, into the intestines. It supplies the heart, the digestion, it supplies your mood, it regulates your thoughts, your memories, and it actually causes you to rest and relax. Because the parasympathetic system is the rest and digest. And when we relax, we can fall asleep real quick, sleep deeply through the night, and wake up nice and refreshed. But what also is extremely exciting, as we stimulate the vagus nerve through those humming sounds, however you hum, however you can vibrate your vocal cords, that's the key. What you're doing is you're increasing nitric oxide. Nitric oxide secretes naturally from the sinus, from that vibration, as well as throughout into our system, into our lungs, our heart, our blood pressure starts to drop, our pulse starts to drop. We feel so much more relaxed. We start burning off cortisol, and we start increasing those pleasant endorphins. We have that dopamine and serotonin that starts to work and function easier and better as things are starting to balance out within our neurotransmitters of our brain. This is going to totally wind you down, and you're going to do like 20 of them. That's the magic number. But before I show you exactly what we need to do, just give me a couple minutes. Listen to the physiology. I want you to understand other things it can do for you. And when you hum, the vagus nerve is essentially responsible for the entire digestive system's regulation. It communicates motor commands to the muscle in the digestive tract, stimulating them to contract and release in a wave-like pattern known as peristalsis. This helps propel the food through your system. It also triggers the secretion of gastric juices necessary for digestion. So when you hum and stimulate your vagus nerve, you're improving its tone, which can lead to a more efficient digestion. And vagus nerve stimulation, especially through practices like humming, will increase what's known as vagal tone, which is associated with a more relaxed state. And higher vagal tone is linked with a better mood and stress resilience as well. It's also connected to better functioning of organs regulated by the parasympathetic nervous system, including the heart. And through triggering this response, humming will lower the heart rate and stress hormones, promoting relaxation and sleep. And humming will stimulate the vagus nerve that will influence your immune system's response by reducing inflammation throughout your body. Research has shown that vagus nerve stimulation reduces the production of cytokines, which are a type of immune cell that promotes inflammation. And extended periods of inflammation is what leads to chronic diseases. And stimulating the vagus nerve will boost your memory and focus. And it will improve your cognitive function as it relates to the release of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that aids in memory and learning. And when humming, one creates a rhythmic output of air from the lungs. The resulting vibrations of the vocal cords leads to oscillations in sinus pressure, stimulating the mechanical receptors in the ear canal, which are innervated by various branches of the vagus nerve. So, you want the lights dimmed, shut off any extra light, try not to get on your phone right away. We don't want that blue light. Remember, don't eat before you go to bed unless it's a little snack, something simple, easy to digest. You want to make sure it's dark as possible because melatonin is secreted from our brain when it's dark. So now when you lie down, get into the most comfortable position. If you're a side sleeper like me, I like to put a pillow between the knees. It takes pressure off the lower back as well as my knees, helps keep my spine in line. And once you get comfortable, now this is when you want to breathe in through the nose, fully using your diaphragm, expanding your lungs, not your chest, breathing in. And when you blow it out, you want that resonance. You want that nice deep vibration. And as you blow out, you're blowing all your stress out, all your anxiety out. You're blowing all that tension out. And as you keep doing this 20 times, you will see after a couple minutes when you finish, as you breathe in through the nose, out of the mouth, as you're pushing all your anxiety, stress, and tightness, contraction within those muscles, after 20 times, you're going to feel so relaxed. You're going to fall into that parasympathetic phase where you're just going to drift. And you'll see how fast you go to sleep. But I want you to remember one thing. Not only are you going to sleep good, but look what you're doing for your cardiovascular system, your digestion, your brain, your arteries, your tissues, your glands, your organs. You are allowing it to work the best it can possibly function with that nitric oxide as it's vasodilating, opening up those arteries, increasing more blood, more oxygen, more life, more life. Obviously, that's what it's all about, better health. Please practice this technique. I promise you, you will definitely benefit. I ask you to please share this video with your friends and family. Please leave your comments below. And most important, make it a great day.